restart the timer, and you're okay to speak.
All right. Elk Island Trading Group has tried to have changes made to the tent camping resolution 2022-21. When we talk to the city administration, they always say they can't make changes and that it has to go to city council. Then I come to the city council and I say, and I try to call our council members over the areas where our tent camps are. And I'm told that it has to go onto the agenda and would have to go through a work study session. About 6 months ago, seems like anyway, maybe longer, we had a work study session that we finally got onto it, and it was basically filibustered by the prohibited camping rule and about syringes in the park. And so we didn't really get to dealing with the tent camping resolution 22-21 that needs changes. When that was passed in 2022, it was agreed by all the city councilors and the economic development or community development director that, hey, we'll work with whoever picks this up. Well, we picked it up, and we've got, because of basically needing to do it to try to fix the areas around our properties, and we picked it up, and now we can't get anybody to really help us. Not the city administration, not the city council, not work study sessions. So where do we really go with this? Because we just strike out and we run around in circles, and then everybody thinks I'm kind of an asshole because I keep bringing it up. But, you know, it's been we're going on to 3 years now, and of our first 2 camps being approved, and we need to get changes to be able to expand. You guys know just as well as I do, the city hasn't been able to come up with a campground, although their de facto campground at Deer Creek Park is a mess, with the Deer Creek having 10 times the level of E. coli that the EPA says you should even walk in the water. And all of that is because of these illegal camps the city has created along the bike paths and in our parks, especially Deer Creek Park. So we need to get these changes made. We need to, if the city can't find a place for a campground, which I would prefer and probably get out of this, but if they can't, we need to be able to expand our camps, and we need to make some changes, expanding them to basically determine how large the piece of property is, would be how many camps we could have, not just 10. Additionally, we need some sites to be able to have things like Conestoga huts or small pallet houses, things like that, if they're not in the floodway or floodplain, like our Maselli Park area and even part of the Pine Street camp area. But we need to be able to get better places to get people off the ground. Right now, we have about 200 to 300 people still in our parks that's sleeping on the ground and in mud. Handicapped people with one arm, one leg. You know, it's all of that kind of stuff is going in the toilets and the weeds, and then it goes down into our creeks and our rivers. And here we have a homeless commission that doesn't even show up when they're supposed to. So UCAN has withdrawn from being on that commission, which kudos to them and the new CEO for doing that, because nonprofits shouldn't be on that. They should be advisory capacity, but not on the commission itself that steers money and has steered lots of money and other things. So let's revitalize that homeless commission. Let's change our camp rules on tent camp resolution 2022 and 21. I personally think that we should have a new commission chair, and I would recommend that Ellen Porter be the chair of the homeless commission, because she has skin in the game. We have people living in the parks right beside her house, by our properties, and it just goes on. And it seems like the homeless commission people would rather keep those homeless people down and out in the dirt and the mud and sick and drug infected and everything else, instead of fixing the problem. We've proposed this several times, how it can be fixed. And I hope that there's enough people on the city council. All it takes is 5 of you to vote tonight, even less, to say, let's make some changes. And so we need city council to stand up, because it seems like nobody else is going to, and help us make these changes. Yes, to the gentleman that said chased by a dog just a couple of months ago, I was attacked by a dog down there and bit on the leg. And then I've been headbutted 3 times down there just trying to solve this thing. You know, going in the creek that has 10 times the amount of E. coli that it should have. And those are all things that we can make changes to, and we need to do it. And so, city council, you guys are voted in here. I would expect that you could get a majority together to say, let's have a work study session that means something, that just talks about tent camping resolution and how we can fix this. You know, forget looking for another camp. It's not going to happen. You guys can't find it. The city administration can't find it. This
Okay,
homeless
Bernie.
commission can't find it. We can find it. Thank you.